It's so lovely to be here with you, and we are going to give our whole body loves just like we always do, but we're definitely going to give some extra attention to the hamstrings. Let's go ahead and extend the right leg long and bend ankles and knees hip distance apart. And as you extend and bend, keep trying to tilt your pelvis upright. When you bend, try to line up your ankle right underneath your knee rather than tucking it back. And tuning into your breath here. All right, let's take it across. So right leg across in front and left leg across. And take your time. Breathing. Letting your exhales be just a little bit longer. All right, and let's take it wide. Keep tilting the pelvis upright. If you get any clicking or popping, then just do a little bit less range of motion. All right, let's go back to hip distance and add in a point and an active flex before you bend. Try to feel all 5 toes, the ball of the foot. And when you flex, see if you can flex without pulling your toes back. Like, can you just bend back at your ankle and relax your toes? All right, so grab a block or whatever you have that changes the height. You can just repeat if you only have 1 or 2 different heights rather than the 3 that the block creates. And let's actually do right leg straight ahead without the block and fold forward here, flexed ankle. And then come on up and we'll put the block on the lowest height in front of that right foot. And forward folding here. You can check, does your ankle like to twist to one side or the other? Does your thigh like to roll in? Try to center the lines on the back of the knee so that they point straight down. And then let's go up to the next highest height. Rotate from the pelvis. And let's go up to the highest height. And you'll start to get familiar with your body over time if you're not feeling that you have that awareness yet. That's perfectly okay. Just being here is enough for a long time. But for me, for instance, my thigh always rolls in a little bit, and it might be different from one side to the other. So I roll so the lines on the back of my knee point straight down, and my inner arch pulls in a little. So I rotate my ankle and push my inner arch forward a little bit. But it could be the outer edge of the foot for you, or it could be that your thigh rolls out. The things that I have going on, left leg extends, are common with a lot of people, so it could be the same for you. And let's go over to the block on the lowest height in front of the left leg. Another thing to be very conscious of is to fold from your back, try to rotate from your hips. And let's go up to the second highest height. And then going up to the third highest height of the block. All right, let's go ahead and go across. So we'll start with the right foot going across slightly and hinge forward. And you can always come back to your breath, your breathing. That's what I always return my awareness to after I set up the alignment that I'm working on. And let's flip it to the next highest height. And let's go up one more. All right, and let's switch sides. So left foot goes across on the floor. Checking the tilt of the pelvis, the rotation of the thigh bone, the twist of the ankle. And then we'll put the block on the lowest height. And next highest height. The cool thing about alignment is when you start bringing alignment to one area, you feel how it affects all the other areas. So in particular for me, reaching through my inner arch, because I tend to carry extra tension in my inner thighs from the way I position myself all day long, and then I can start to wake up these outer hip muscles more as well. All right, so let's take the right leg out to the right. And pull yourself up and block on the lowest height out to the right. And we'll flip it up a height. And one more. Every time, check your ankle, check your knee, check your hips. Your body thrives with positive attention. So It's a good thing in many ways. All right, let's switch sides. Left leg extends out. And we'll go to the lowest height of the block. And then we'll switch to the next highest height. And the breath goes right along with the alignment, the improving of range of motion, because you help everything relax a little bit when you lengthen your exhale. And let's go to the highest height. And bring that foot back. So you can do your ankle over your knee or your ankle up on a block. It might be a little bit harder to move your ankle around if it's on a block. Tilt your pelvis upright. And then how about a little ankle twist here? So it's like you twist your inner arch to the floor and then you twist the outer edge of your foot up towards. So essentially it's like you're twisting the sole of the foot towards you and then twisting the sole of the foot away from you. If this motion happens very easily, take your time. You might even be able to feel how just the motion in the ankle impacts the hip. And then keep the sole of the foot turned a little bit more towards the floor as you fold in. And how about letting your bottom leg rock a little bit side to side. Come up and let's switch. So you can do your ankle on a block. Might not be as easy to twist the ankle, and that's okay. Just being here is wonderful. And then twisting the sole of the foot going towards the floor, the sole of the foot turning towards you. And the next time the sole of the foot turns towards the floor, hold there, fold forward a little bit, and let your bottom leg rock a little side to side. And try not to just go in, try to go out a little bit too. And of course, if you're on the block, you're just steady here, breathing, feeling. All right, come on up, uncross and spin around into your first lunge. Slide your knee back underneath your hip, your ankle right behind your knee. Flip your left palm out if you spun to the right and go up and over, side bend and back down. Let's do that a few more times. Try to feel all 5 of your toes or the whole top of your foot. And the next time your arm goes out to the side, you're going to twist towards the back of the chair, wrap it around to turn a little more, and then bring that arm back out to the side, palm up. And we'll do a twist 3 more times. Turning, wrapping, and unwind. And turning, and unwind, and turning, and unwind. Slide your knee forward, spin around to the other side, slide your knee back underneath your hip, ankle right behind your knee, and first we'll do some side bends. And then we'll arm out to the side, and we'll turn the upper body, wrap the hand around to the chair, and then open back up. And we'll do that a few more times. Try not to be in a rush. And unwind and slide your back leg forward and spin back around to the front of the chair. Okay, we'll start with the soles of the feet together, the knees falling open out to the side. Do try to sit up tall. It's a little challenging so that you don't slip off your chair. Hands come shoulder distance in between your thighs, and we'll reach our arms up and lower our hands down. Notice if your ribs tend to want to push forward, try to relax your ribs down and back. Notice if your hands really want to turn, try to keep your palms facing each other as you go up here, unless of course that bothers anything in your shoulders. Oh, and just stay here for a moment. Breathing feels so good to get your arms in the air when you haven't been doing that lately, and then bring your arms back down, and then let's grab the block and put it on the lowest height and stack your feet up on here. If by chance today you don't have a block with you, it's a great tool to have, but you can use books, you can use an upside down garbage can just to change things up a little bit. From here with your arms up in the air, palms facing each other, pelvis upright, ribs relaxed down, and we'll circle our arms down and up and keep rotating the palms to face away from you when the hands go down. Palms face each other when the arms go up. Try to gently press the soles of the feet together as your knees drop open. And then let's switch the block again to the second highest height. And tilting the pelvis. And the higher your feet get, the easier it is to tilt your hips upright a little more. You can always slide the block in closer or farther away depending on how your knees feel. And then from here, we'll reach our arms into the air, palms face each other, turn your palms to face behind you, tap your pinky fingers open, hands a little lower. Tap in and open and a little lower. Reach out wide. And we're just going to start low and slowly go back up high. And there's no exact science to it. It's actually better if you don't always go to the same exact place you were previously. So keep mixing it up. And arms come down, and we'll flip to the highest height of the block. And sitting up nice and tall here. And from here, interlace your right pinky finger on the back. Flip your hands inside out. Notice if your fingers splay apart from each other. Try to keep them nice and even. Spread your thumbs away from each other and back towards you as you press through the hands. And just bring up to about chest height. Feel like you're pushing your hands away from you, but gently moving your arm bones back into the socket. Thumbs spread out. Let's do a little wiggle side to side here from one shoulder to the other. If you have a hobby where you use your hands a lot, or if you don't use your hands a lot, or if you're on the computer a lot, or on a cell phone a lot, this is definitely one to add in every day, sometime every day. Let's switch the crossing of the fingers, sitting up tall, thighs dropping open. Press away, get that nice even interlace, spread your thumbs out, and then go up and down here. Breathing. Pressing through the palms of the hands, staying aware of the position of the thumbs, relaxing any excessive clenching. All right, and then hands come down and feet step off of there, and you can slide that block out of the way for a minute. Let's walk our feet nice and wide and extend our legs out to the side. You can let your thighs drop open a little bit with your arms out to the sides, thumbs pointing up. we'll bend our thumbs in towards our shoulders and reach out. And let's do the first, just a few at a steady pace, in and out. And then let's go much slower. So slowly in, doesn't matter how far you come in, slowly out, trying to keep the upper arm bones pretty stable. All right, so next time you're out, hold, put a little bend in your elbows, turn and look over your right shoulder, turn and look over your left shoulder. Bring your head back to center, bend your elbows a little more so you're halfway between straight and elbows bent into cactus arms, and tip your right ear to your right shoulder, looking straight ahead, and tip your left ear to your left shoulder, letting your breath flow, and bring your head up and bend into cactus elbows, and drop your chin down to your chest and turn and look to the right and look to the left a couple times. And bring your head to center and up, and thumbs in towards your shoulders, drop your chin down, and this time do a little tilt, like you're tilting your head over to one hand and then over to the other hand, and breathing. And bring your head back to center and up, and extend your arms out, lower them down. Now you're going to bend your knees, but you're going to keep your feet nice and wide and grab a block. And if a block doesn't work for you, like with what we do, you can use a strap. You can hold on to a strap with your palms face down and the strap tight between your hands. Like a block is bringing your hands in pretty close, but a strap can give you a little bit more space. So hold on to the block between your two palms, pressing. Think of pelvis upright, ribs really relaxing down and back, and then you're going to lift. But at any point in time that your ribs want to go forward or your torso wants to lean back, that's your boundary. So it doesn't matter if your arms don't go as high. So the first thing is paying attention to your ribs. The next piece is, can you keep a slight bend in your elbows and keep them hugging in towards each other. So it's very common as you lift up, those elbows will want to pop out to the side. So keep wrapping them in as you go up and down here. Ribs relax down and back, little bend in the elbows, and hugging them in so they point straight ahead. And the next time you go up with your arms, think ribs dropping down, bend and tap. You can tap the top of your head. You can go a little bit behind. Try not to lean your head so far forward. But look how my elbows popped out. Can you wrap your elbows in a little bit as you bend and straighten? Pressing the palms into the block without using the fingers if possible. Breathing here. Squeeze the palms into the block. Gently hug the elbows in. Ribs relax down and back. And if you have to bring your head way forward to get your block behind your head, then just tap the top of your head. All right, and then let's do a couple more up and down. Slight bend in the elbows, hugging in towards each other. Ribs relax down and back. Let's do two more like this. All right, and then from there you can lean forward, you can slide that block out of the side and spin around to your right for a lunge. So you can stay in a lunge for longer. Just being in a lunge is going to help create range of motion in the front of your hip, the front of your thigh. Just being here is going to create strength in the back of the leg. Sometimes when people just come into a lunge for the first time, the back of their leg cramps because they're not used to activating some of their muscles in this way. So being here is enough, and staying longer and breathing is awesome for us. Go slow. If you cramp here, you can stretch your leg out, massage out the tissue a little bit. But otherwise, how about lifting and lowering your foot slightly? And how about every time you lift and lower, you tap down? Like we're talking within inches. Like I can lift and tap down a little bit closer to the chair, lift and tap down right behind my thigh, lift and tap down a little out away from the chair. And you can definitely lift and higher if that feels okay. You could stay at one angle and do a few lifts there. So just playing with lifting and lowering. Notice if your torso is leaning forward, try to bring your torso upright, stack your ears back over your shoulders. And then how about choosing any of the little angle variations and lift and hold? And if not, just keep your foot down and take your arm out and over, side bend. And then bring the arm down. You do want to make sure that when you're lifting and holding, your thigh's not doing one of these. So better to keep your toes down and have your thigh back. And then lift and hold again. Reach your arm out to the side and twist to the back of the chair. Keep pulling that thigh bone back. Keep breathing here. And then unwind your torso, toes lower down, slide that leg forward, and for just a moment, stretch that leg forward and do a little rotation side to side as you hinge forward from your hips. And if you find a particular rotation that hits the spot, stay there and breathe and check on the alignment of your thigh bone, the alignment of the twist of the ankle. All right, and let's come over and go around to the other side. So you can always extend your legs sooner, massage out tissue, torso and head upright. Notice if your thigh really wants to pop forward, it feels like you're not doing anything, but it's really gonna benefit you if this is your action, if you just stay in a lunge longer. Otherwise, let's lift and lower. And you can slightly change the angle, breathing here. All right, choose any angle, maybe hold or just keep your foot down and do a side bend. Keep sliding the thigh bone back, keep breathing. And then bring the arm down, and you can choose a different angle if you'd like to, lift if you'd like to, arm out to the side, and turn and reach for the chair and turn your torso and pull the thigh bone back and breathing here. And unwind your torso, let the foot come down, extend that leg, hinge forward, and a little rotation of your thigh bone side to side. If you find an angle that hits the spot, stay there. Check on the twist of your ankle. All right, and come on back up. Okay, spin around. So you can do ankle over your knee again, or you can choose to do something with a different height, like a block or a stack of blocks, and you can put it in front of you and do the outer edge of your right foot up with your ankle flexed. If you feel any pressure in your knee, you can always slide it out a little bit farther away from you, and just starting to sit up tall. So you can do this. It's going to be more work if your ankle's over your knee, but you're going to lift and lower your heel. Try to keep your pelvis upright. Press equally through the ball of your left foot as you lift and lower. And then how about we hold our heel up, reach our arms out to the sides, and rotate our arm bones all the way one way and all the way the other way. Take your time. So not only when you're going to the end range, but also in between. Feel all those different rotations. Press equally through the ball of that foot. and then go ahead and lower that heel down and fold forward any amount. And I just happen to feel a little sensation in my knee, so I'm going to slide this out a little bit farther and breathing there. I mean, you could do this stretch with your foot here and never feel something in your knee, and then all of a sudden one day something wakes up that you haven't been using, and for a while you have to go back out. And I find that all the time in my practice. Sometimes I have to go further out, sometimes I have to go in. The more awareness you have of your body, you'll start to feel those things over time, but it just takes, keep coming back to class and practicing, because it does take time and patience, and but it's all very worth it. All right, let's switch legs. So ankles hip distance apart, opposite ankle over the knee or the foot, tilt your pelvis up tall and lift and lower the heel, pressing equally through the ball of the foot. We talked a little bit in the last couple of weeks about how these are great to do more often when you're just sitting around. All right, from here, how about holding up, reaching your arms out, and if it's too much because your ankle's over your knee, don't hold up. Internally rotate your hands so your palm stays behind you. And we're going to do this several times throughout class, so you'll have another chance. I really like this one for the forearms. Flip your fingers and your wrists back, and flip your fingers and your wrists forward, and then relax and turn your palms down. Wrists flip down, wrists flip up. So essentially the fingers are going where the wrist goes, and turn your palms to face forward, lifting that heel. Wrists flip forward, wrists flip back, and then turn your palms to face up, and wrists flip down, and wrists flip up. And it's interesting, sometimes it's easy in certain rotations and not so much in another rotation. And then relax your arms down, lower your heel down, and hinge forward here, any amount. Letting your breath flow. All right, and come on up, and let's come all the way up to stand. Check the position of the feet. Try not to scoot back. If you tend to collapse out or more commonly collapse in, watch your thighs. As you come up, press your hips back to come up. Come around to the back of the chair and walk back, 2 straight arms and 2 straight legs. And let's do dynamic, relaxing your lower belly so your tailbone goes up. We'll sit back here, knees and feet hip distance apart, and then stretch our legs back, relaxing our belly, tailbone is up, and sit back and press our legs back. So your hands are probably, hopefully, about shoulder distance apart. How about taking them wider and sit back and press your legs straight. How about bringing your thumbs all the way together and sit your hips back and press your thigh bones back and come up to stand. Grab whatever you're using for a calf stretch. Put the ball of your right foot up, your heel down, and I can't encourage you enough to do different calf stretches. Sometimes the calf stretch we need the most is where our foot is barely off the floor. So put a little rolled up washcloth under your foot sometimes, or anything you have lying around the house. You can step your outside foot forward and back. We're going to bend the knee and straighten it all the way, steering it over the center of the foot as you bend and straighten. But we're going to add in just a little bit of arm movement. So still the right foot up and arms out to the sides, and we'll bend into cactus arms as we bend our knee and straighten all the way. And bend in and straighten all the way. Bend in and straighten and bend in and straighten. And then switch. Ball of the foot up, heel down, outside foot can step forward or back, and we'll bend in and and straighten. Check, is your pelvis going way back? Try to keep your pelvis a little more neutral. It's okay if the knee goes forward, and straighten and bend in, steering the knee over the center of the foot, and straighten all the way, and bend and straighten. And we did a couple more in the beginning on the other side, so let's do a couple more here. All right, and lower your hands down, and you can slide that out of the way and grab, well, if you're using a block, keep the block. Again, upside down garbage can, books, a couple, one book, two books. It's okay if it's not as high as this. Put the block on the lowest height. You're stabilizing using your right leg as your left heel goes up on the block, and pull your hips back. Two straight legs. This standing leg hip, if it tends to pop out to the side, bring it in a little bit, breathing here. And then we'll just slide the block over and press down through the opposite hip and leg and hinge forward here, backing your thigh bones up at the same time. And let's slide the block over, but this time on the second highest height, pressing down through the standing leg, two straight legs, bend forward less if your knee really wants to bend, nice long spine. And let's switch. Ankle in line with top pelvic bone. And let's switch last time. Tallest height. Press down, heel goes up, and hips go back. Lower belly relaxed. And let's switch sides. After you feel stable, come back to your breath. Relax, clenching in the front of the thigh. Maybe even check the rotation of your thigh bone, the twist of your ankle. And come on back up. And now you can put that to the side. So right foot forward, left foot back a little bit, just like a normal step. You can do wider over time, but it might be harder when we start balancing. And then roll up off your heel and roll back down, pressing equally through the ball of the foot. The straighter your foot is, the less you'll end up rolling onto your inner big toe area. And pressure on that area continuously can aggravate or even start things like a bunion. Step back. And you'll roll up, push down through the front leg, and just come to a hanging balance. And step back. And then roll up, press down through the front leg, and hanging. And step back and roll off the ball of the foot and press down, hanging balance, hips back over the heels, and step back. So now we'll add something in. You'll roll off, you're pushing through the front leg, you come to a hanging balance, but then bend that heel in towards your buttocks as you pull the thigh bone back. Straighten the leg and step it back. How about one more like that? Roll off the ball of the back foot, press down through the side of the standing leg, float leg forward, bend the heel in, slide the thigh bone back, and straighten that leg, and let's do the other side. So opposite foot forward, opposite foot back, and I think I was this way. All right, roll up and down to start. Try to get that outer edge of the foot a little closer to straight, so when you roll up, kind of the last thing you feel is the ball of your big toe joint, the center of it. And this is one of the reasons that over time, after you exercise your feet a little bit, especially if you're having feet issues, that you want to transition to more flexible shoes, because if you have a stiff shoe, it doesn't allow your foot to roll in all these ranges of motion, which impacts how well the hip is the back leg comes forward. And let's do that a couple more times. And I definitely like to roll a little bit to the side of this big toe joint. So you're trying to center it and come into the balancing. And then let's add on pressing through the front leg and bending the heel in towards the buttocks and stepping back. And let's do that one more time. Back foot straight, roll off the ball of the foot, press down through the front leg, and bend the heel in towards the buttocks as the thigh bone slides back, and lower that foot down. Okay, with your ankles hip distance apart, let's do a side bend, up and over, outer edges of feet straight. You can work on rotating your thigh bones into neutral here, and let's step our feet open to 2. And hips back over the heels as you go side to side. And let's step open to 3. And then step open to 4, wider stance. All right, your feet are nice and wide. Let them turn out to the sides as you bend your knee, getting them into a position where your knee's going right over the center of your ankles as you squat down lower and slowly press up. And let's do nice and slow. So squatting down, 2, 3, 4, and pressing up, 2, 3, 4. All the way straight, squatting down, 2, 3, 4, and pressing up, 2, 3, 4. Squatting down, 2, hold, 3, hold, 4, hold, hold 4, come up to 3, hold, 2, hold, and all the way up, 1, hold. Let's do one more like that. Squatting down, 2, hold, 3, 4, hold double time for 4, breathing, press up to 3, hold, 2, hold, and press all the way up to 1. All right, from here, turn your feet in so they're more parallel. And actually, let's go ahead and reach our arms out to the side. We'll do that same thing. Rotate so palms face behind you. Flip your wrists one way. Flip your wrists the other way. Palms face down. Flip your wrists one way. Try not to be in a rush. Like, feel what that feels like. And then flip and reach out and feel that. Turn your palms to face forward. Wrists flip one way and the other way. And palms face up. Wrists flip one way and the other way. And then palms up. Turn your right toes out. Bend into the knee, steering it over the center of the foot. Press long through your back leg. Warrior 2. Slowly straighten the leg. Turn the right toes in. Turn the left toes out. Edge of the foot straight. Bend into the knee. Press long through the back leg. Warrior 2 on this side. Breathing. And then press up and turn that foot in. Reach your right arm up. Hand to your shoulder. Elbow in. And go up and over to the left. And back down. Notice how much your elbow pops out. If it's a lot, try to hug it in a little more. Slide down the left leg. And come back up. And slide down the left leg, and back up, and slide down the left leg, and back up. And then turn your right toes out, bend into your right knee, right arm into the air, and reach back here towards your left leg, and come up, and then turn that right foot back in, hold, left arm into the air, left hand to the shoulder. If the elbow pops out a little, hug it in, and slide down the right leg, and back up. And we'll do that a few more times. Weight is falling into your heels. Relax any clenching toes. And then once you're up, turn your left toes out, edge of the foot straight, reach your left arm up, bend your left knee, and go back towards your right leg, steering the left knee over the center of the ankle, and then pull yourself up and turn your toes in. Okay, we're gonna do this motion nice and slow. Thumbs in and reach out, but we're gonna do it from a side bend. So side bend to the right, thumbs come in and open up. Stay in the side bend. Thumbs come in and open up. Bring your torso up. Turn your right toes out. Two straight legs. Tip over, triangle pose. Reach out through your arm bones, breathing, and press into your heels to come up. Turn those left toes or right toes in, side bend a little bit to the left, hold, thumbs come in, and extend out, and thumbs in, and extend out. And then from here, bring your torso up, turn your left toes out, two straight legs, tip over here, lengthening through the arm bones, breathing here, triangle pose. And press down through the backs of the legs into the heels to come up. Turn those left toes out. Turn your palms to face behind you. Wrap, try to touch your lower buttocks. And unwrap. Wrap, try to touch your lower buttocks. And unwrap. It's okay if you don't get there. Wrap, try to touch your upper buttocks. And unwind. Wrap, try to slide through to your upper buttocks. And unwind. How about your waist? Wrap. If it's too tight and your arm doesn't want to go, then just go down a little bit lower and unwind and wrap your other arm through and unwind. How about going up your back a little, like walking the hand up your back and unwind and wrap and walk up your back a little bit and unwind. So go back to your right arm. Slide it through as much as you can. You can relax your left arm actually. If your elbow is out here, go lower. If your elbow stays in close, maybe walk your arm up higher. So for wherever you are, you've got that arm behind your back. Try to flip your hand over and touch more of your hand and palm of your hand. And if it won't flip, it'll only go one way, then just stay right where you are. And then from wherever you are, if it's your right arm wrapped behind your back, tip your left ear to your left shoulder and give your head a little nod yes. And even if the back of the hand is on the back, try to touch more parts of your hand and your forearm to your back. And then lift your head up, turn and look over your left shoulder and nod your head yes here. Hips back over heels. Relax any clenching around the hips and the thighs. And then bring your head back to center. Open your arms out. Turn your right toes out. Bend your knee. Hand or elbow to the knee. Top arm goes up into the air and maybe over your ear. And pull yourself back up. Turn those toes in, arms out to the side, turn your palms behind you, wrap your left arm, and go in as close as you can without using your other hand. Maybe if the elbow's in, go up your back a little, or you can go down. Maybe flip your hand over on your back. Wherever you are, try to touch more parts of the back of the hand and the forearm, and then tip your right ear towards your right shoulder and do a little head nod yes here. Hips back over the heels. Bring your head up, turn and look over your right shoulder and do a head nod here. And bring your head back to center and release that arm and turn your left toes out and bend your knee and hand comes down. You help steer the knee right over the center of your foot. Right arm reaches up, maybe over your ear. Breathing here. Side angle. And then push down through your feet to pull yourself up. Okay, you're gonna face your chair with your feet closer to straight, outer edges. and you're gonna bend back one knee and then bend back and slide your hips back on the other side. Now next time you bend and your leg is straight, you're gonna see, can you rotate that thigh bone a little bit? And if not, just stay where you are. You don't want to feel it in the joint, the hip, the knee, or the ankle uncomfortably. And then switch, bend the other knee and see about rotating on that heel. Now if it doesn't feel good on your heel, then you're going to skip it. Breathing here. And this side definitely wants to rotate a lot less than the other side. All right, and then come back to center, and with your legs nice and wide, arms out to the side, twist your upper body to the right, twist your upper body to the left. Back to center, walk your feet into 3. Upper body twist to the right, upper body twist to the left. Back to center, walk your feet into 2. Upper body twist to the right, upper body twist to the left, back to center, walk your feet into 1, hip distance apart, upper body twist to the right, and upper body twist to the left, and back to center, hands come down. Face the back of the chair, sit back into a squat, and how about crossing your right ankle over your left knee and sitting your hips back. And then switch, outer edges of feet closer to straight, ankles hip distance, cross over, sit your hips back. And come on up. Okay, you're gonna turn your chair around to face you. And if the seat of the chair does not work, then you're going to use the block on any height. So at the beginning, we put the block on the lowest, the second, the highest height, and you balanced, use the block. Otherwise, push down through your left leg and reach your right foot up onto the chair. And take a moment, check, is my bottom foot straight? Up there, back your weight up into your heels. Feel that outer hip pressing down, square your hips to the chair, and breathing here. You can even fold forward a tiny bit. And let's switch legs. So outer edges of feet straight, ankles hip distance apart, press down, extend that leg up, whoops, sorry, and hinge forward here. You can check the rotation of your thigh bone, the twist of your ankle, but if it's challenging enough just being here to start out, those things come later with time. All right, and come up and switch legs again. And if it doesn't feel good to put your heel in the chair, you can put a pillow or a towel up there. Push down, right heel comes up. Nice straight legs, square your hips. How about taking your left arm into a slight side bend? You got to really focus on the left leg. How about the right arm? Up and over here. And come down. All right, take that foot off. You can always use the block at a varying height. Push down, edge of the foot straight, and come up into your balancing. Square your hips. Watch if the hips thrusting forward, hips over heels. Stabilize the bottom leg, and one arm goes up and over. And then the other arm goes up and over. Breathing here. And then the hand comes down and the leg comes off. Okay, you can turn your chair back around to face you. And we're gonna do some double calf stretches. So if you have a rolled up mat or a rolled up towel or a couple things to put side by side, let's start with our feet slightly turned out to the side, balls of the feet up, heels down, back your thigh bones up. You can rest your hands, you can rest your forearms. Relax your belly so your tailbone can tilt up in the air a little bit more. And you'll find that over time, the more you can relax your belly and the more your tailbone tilts up, you won't need to drop your shoulders as low to get a sensation in your buttocks muscles, in the backs of your legs. And then let's switch. Let's rotate our thigh bones in, heels out, and hips go back here. breathing. And you straighten your legs a little bit more here. And last but not least, let's turn the outer edges of our feet closer to straight. And come on up and come back to the seat of your chair. Pay attention to how you're sitting down, the position of your feet. Try to go nice and slow, backing your hips up. And then we'll sit. We'll walk our legs a little wider than hip distance. Tilt your pelvis upright. You know, for you, if keeping your legs together, like if your thighs don't come together, maybe do this today with your thighs in. And then from here, we'll reach your left hand out, palm down. Tip your right ear to your right shoulder and go nice and slow as you lift your arm up and down. Really take your time. Looking straight ahead. And this way, if you're here, or you're here, or you're here, and you're like, oh, that's where I can feel it, or maybe not, just choose one, and then you can move your head around a little, maybe forward and back, or a little twist with your ear still going over to your shoulder. And very slowly bring your head up. Now go extra slow as you go to the other side. Palm face out, really slow as you drop your ear over to your shoulder. And then start with the arm, just about shoulder height and back down. Looking straight ahead. Maybe as you go up and down right now, you're discovering, ooh, I feel this in my chest or along the back of my shoulder. And you can find a spot and you can stay there and move your neck around a little bit. And the head keeps dropping over to the right. All right, and bring your head up. All right, sitting up tall, maybe feet a little wider, maybe in a little closer. Right arm goes up and over, palm. Flip your wrists one way and the other way. Turn your palm to face the floor, the direction your side bending to. Flip your wrist one way, flip your wrist the other way. Turn your palm to face behind you. You might have to bring your arm slightly forward. Flip your wrist one way and the other way, and then come back up. All right, left arm goes up and over. Start with your palm facing forward. Flip your wrist one way and the other way, and then turn your palm to face down. Flip your wrist one way and the other way, and then turn your arm bone so your hand face is more behind you, and flip your wrist one way and the other way, and pull yourself up. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. You're going to do 4 rotations: internal, down, forward, and palms up. So internal rotation, turn to the right, hold, flip your wrists one way and the other way. All right, turn your palms to face down. Stay in your twist. Wrist flip one way and the other way. Turn the palms of your hands to face forward. Wrist flip one way and the other way, and then rotate your palms to face up. Wrist flip one way and the other way, and unwind. If your arms need a break, now's a good time. Otherwise, go to internal rotation, twist to the left, hold. Wrist flip one way and the other way, palms face down. Wrist flip one way and the other way, palms face forward. Wrist flip one way and the other way, and palms face up. Wrist flip one way and the other way, and unwind your twist. Lower your hands down. Stretch your legs nice and long. Spread your toes wide. Fold over your legs. Breathing here, smooth inhales and exhales. And then come on up and sit all the way back in your chair. Let your gaze soften or your eyes gently close. Become very present with your body and with your breath. Staying present with your body and with your breath. So I saw this, and I'm not sure who wrote it, but I thought it was very interesting. Compassion for those who mistreat us. Instead of acting in anger, withdraw. Later, when you are calm and more detached, reflect on that person who mistreated you. Try to imagine the background of that person. Try to imagine what that person was taught as a child. Try to imagine the day or week that person was going through and what kind of things had happened to that person. Try to imagine the mood and state of mind that person was in. The suffering that person must have been going through to mistreat you that way. And understand that their action was not about you, but about what they were going through. Now think some more about the suffering of that person and see if you can imagine trying to relieve the suffering of that person. And then reflect that if you mistreated someone and they acted with kindness and compassion towards you, whether that would make you less likely to mistreat that person the next time or more likely to be kind to that person. Once you have mastered this practice of reflection, try acting with compassion and understanding the next time a person mistreats you. Do it in little doses until you are good at it. Practice makes perfect. Bringing your hands to heart center. coming back to your breath, letting your exhale be a little bit longer in gratitude for this day. Namaste.